Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel Pope, and I'm here to tell you about how our program Trich Stop works. I have trichotillomania myself, so I know what someone with a body-focused repetitive behavior goes through on a day-to-day basis. Our program will take about 20 minutes. Our webinar will take about 20 minutes, and I encourage you to ask questions at the end. We will have our Q&A at the end of this. So let's get started. So the structure of the program, it is a two-stage structure. It is structured and customized. There will be regular communication with your therapist. You will have the possibility of adjusting the content to suit your specific needs. That's something you talk about later with your therapist. We have two kinds of programs. We have a personal program for ages 15 and up. And then we have a program for parents, which is 14 and below. In our two-stage process, one that is structured and deals with the picking and the urges, and second is what explores the causes of the picking or pulling. For the personal program and parents program, we, in some cases, will register the child for the personal program and the parent can register for the parent program. In these cases, we make sure that they are assigned to the same therapist and the parent will get a 50% off discount off the parent's account. But to make sure this is the right option for you, you can just contact our customer support and we will schedule that and figure that out. So the session structure, the first part is session text, which introduces the basic concepts and provides relevant information about the different aspects of hair pulling, which is mainly just the emphasis on educating yourself about hair pulling, and that will come in handy way more than you would think. Worksheets is the second part, which is questions that will help you process session material and provide starting points for your correspondence with your therapist. Many people try to do these two together, and that can be very intense. We don't want you to rush through it. A lot of this information will be very, very important to you during your process of trying to recover and get rid of the hair pulling. But we really suggest that you have enough time to digest the information and give the assignments the time that they require. The worksheets will be questions that are going to be more in depth that you might not have answered before, and it's going to be straight to the point because your therapist has experience with body focused repetitive behaviors. So in those cases, we want you to give us the best and most clear, most detailed answer that you can. So just don't rush through that. And session text is mainly just the emphasis on educating ourselves about trichotillomania, which can be very helpful when it comes to identifying your triggers and identifying what time and what areas and what places are places that you feel uncomfortable. And it will also help you understand what you can do to reverse those. And we'll talk about that later. But the third part is the assignments. Each week you will have a new practical assignment that will lead to insights and change. These are predefined in the sessions, but you will get additional ones that your therapist deems appropriate based off the information you give them in the worksheets. So I really encourage you to give the best answer you can for your therapist in those worksheets. So our therapist, every therapist that works with us has the knowledge and prior experience to help you with hair pulling. We simply do not employ therapists that do not know how to treat body-focused repetitive behaviors. Everyone not only has knowledge, but prior experience. We insist on them having the experience because this is a specialized program. Communication with your therapist is done in writing and through Messenger. The therapist typically will respond in 24 hours or less on weekdays. Your therapist can help you customize your program to suit your needs. If you want to explore some ideas or theories, you should communicate that to your therapist. Our therapists are open and very flexible with that. Theory and techniques. We use evidence-based techniques because that gives us a program that works well for most people, but we are willing to explore more than that if a specific client wants to. Our first part of the program is based off habit reversal training, which is HRT. And the second part of our program is based on acceptance and commitment therapy, which is ACT. If you want to learn more about our HRT and ACT, we have designated webinars for those. You can add more techniques and theoretical perspectives through conversations with your therapist. So the first one we're going to talk about is HRT, which is the habit reversal training. This is behavioral treatment designed to address a wide variety of respective behaviors, including skin picking, hair pulling, nail biting, thumb sucking, tics, etc. It is based off building awareness of pulling and identifying triggers and finding replacement habits. This will lead to a sense of empowerment and reduction in symptoms. Studies have showed us that it works in reducing the behavior itself, but merely as a behavioral treatment, it is only the start of our journey. Most people try to skip it, even though this will help them know in advance how to curb their instincts. Acceptance and commitment therapy, which is the ACT. It was developed by Stephen C. Hayes in 1982. It is a form of third wave CBT that emphasizes acceptance, values, and mindfulness. In HRT, we dealt with the behavior, and here with ACT, we will learn how to deal with the urge and all the difficult emotions that sometimes lead to picking. ACT can be considered a step up or the next stage from where we go in our order or the causal chain. The core concept of ACT is experiential avoidance. Experiential avoidance is a defense mechanism for a group of behaviors, including body-focused repetitive behaviors, that help us cope with intense experiences by channeling the energy of an emotion into picking or pulling without actually having to reflect on that emotion or process it. Experiential avoidance is best seen when people say they're feeling perfectly calm, but still pick or pull, evidence of what an effective but unhealthy strategy it is. Through ACT, we teach our clients how to relate to their experiences in a healthier way. The customized part. After you complete the structured program, you can continue with the customized part that allows you to explore those aspects of hair pulling that are relevant to you. They allow you to go deeper and further explore the causes of hair pulling, as well as to develop more advanced coping strategies. The pace of the program is also customizable at this point. This part is very different for each person since every person's lives have experienced different things. So causes and meanings of the body-focused repetitive behavior is highly individual. This is considered the third level. First, we dealt with the behavior, which is HRT, then the urges and thoughts and emotions, which is ACT. And now this is the part where we learn about what caused the whole thing. Results. The average reduction in trichotillomania symptoms, we have about 73% of our clients have a reduction in symptoms within 3 weeks. Within 3 months, clients experience substantial reduction in symptoms of 41% on average compared to the symptom severity at the beginning of the program. 93% of our clients who finished the main module of the program would recommend Trich Stop to others. So payment. This is a subscription-based program. The monthly price is going to be $260, and it is charged monthly until cancellation. Even though the price may seem high, You will have daily communication with your therapist and someone who knows how to deal with this problem, which is very hard to find in live therapy sessions. The price is less than 2 average live sessions, which usually go up to $600. The price includes all program materials, tools, therapist support, and access to members-only support groups, which the support groups are on Zoom. Usually those meet once or twice a week, but you will get text reminders to sign up, and you will get reminders for the support groups coming on. Those are usually about an hour to, it can last for over a little bit over an hour, but that's usually the time that we block out for those support groups. And our free resources, we have a self-monitoring app, which is fantastic. It helps you track the intensity of the urges. It helps you track what you need to work on, and it also helps you track your progress. It helps you figure out what time of day, what area, what people cause that hair pulling to be heightened, and for you to be more acknowledged of it. You usually will get a message later in the day, and you'll put in like the intensity of your pulling from this number to this number, and then you'll have a chance to put in notes, and then the app will help you record all of your information. This also is very helpful to the therapist, so this information will also be sent to the therapist. We also have monthly webinars. You're attending one right now, but we will have 2 webinars per program. We have Trich Stop and Skin Pick, which helps with skin picking. But one webinar will talk about the program, which is what you're attending right now. And then the second webinar will be a topic that was chosen the week before, or the webinar before. So as far as the webinars go, people who participate live get to vote for the topic, so they determine the content. So I would recommend you joining those. Usually Vladimir is doing those, and he's great, Dr. Vladimir, but he usually is in charge of those, and sometimes we'll have some different things, we'll have some different activities, but those will be heavily advertised for you to see and to sign up for. Then we have trichstop.com Facebook group, which is, I highly encourage you to join that and to follow our social media. We will post promo codes and post encouraging posts, encouraging quotes. We will post things that are helpful to our patients, and we will help you educate and help educate you more on trichotillomania or dermatillomania. So contact, we do have a promo code for attending this webinar. You will get $100 off your first month. So use that promo code. I recommend you writing it down. Our customer support email is listed right here, and you're more than welcome to send anything to that, any questions or concerns. Now, I have my email here, Rachel@helpingminds. This email you can use and contact me specifically, or you can contact the support at trichstop.com, because I also help with those. But our clinical lead is Vladimir, who I talked about earlier. He is, I'm not a doctor, he's a doctor. So if you have any questions on supplements or medications, or any kind of specific questions that involve someone in the medical field, I would recommend you messaging him, because he will probably give you the answer. But now if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to send those now. And all of our webinars, our past and upcoming ones, are accessible through a link that you can get through our support and customer service. But you can also email me, and I can send you the link for past webinars. Those are great to look through because obviously the information is not going to change. It's just different topics each month. So those are very, very helpful to learn more about the hair pulling disorder. Someone said, is Trich impossible to stop on my own? As someone who has dealt with it for a very long time, I am at a point where I pull sometimes in certain situations, but I'm aware of the situation and I know when to stop. But I never would have done that without this program. I never would have figured out what exactly. I just always thought like I pulled when I get nervous, and it's more specific than that. And it's just difficult to realize on your own. I wouldn't say it's impossible. I would say it would be harder, and it would be harder and it would be difficult, and it would probably take more time, but I wouldn't think it's impossible. We have many free resources that you can use, and there's a ton of Facebook groups also, not just ours, but there's a ton of Facebook groups that are also helpful, and I would encourage you to go look at those online. But it is nice to have help, and I always had such a trouble with finding a doctor or therapist that knew about trichotillomania. Like I would have to explain my own thing to them. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to do this. I'm not a doctor. Like this is ridiculous. So this program is really helpful with that. And usually our average amount that someone takes is about 2 to 3 months, but you can stretch that out or shorten it based off your situation. But I encourage you, if you ever need a promo code or anything like that, just send that, send something in our support and we can send that to you. Someone said, can I overcome Trich completely? We do have many clients who are pull free. They still deal with the urges, but they are pull free. I will say it is, I didn't realize how significant of a difference it would make figuring out what caused the whole thing and dealing with that, how much of a difference it makes on your symptoms. That might be like you never pull again, or that might be you pull less. It's different for every person. Some people find it very difficult to make their goal to be pull free because it can be unattainable to them in their head. Like, for example, if you wanted to lose 50 pounds, that could be your end goal, but your goal right now could be to lose 10 pounds. And that can be the equivalent to going a week pull free. People relapse, it's a thing that happens, but that doesn't discount the time that you might have where you were pull free. I would say it's very specific to the person and how much they pull, but there have been many patients of ours who are pull free to this day. So it just depends on your situation. One person says, are the sessions weekly? Our support group is weekly. That is 1 or 2 times a week, but also our webinars are once a month. So we'll have this webinar to talk about our program once a month, and then we will have a webinar talking about a picked topic once a month. The sessions that you do with your therapist, you can do at your own pace. We encourage you not to rush through it and to give you time to digest the information, because it is a lot of information being thrown at you. And it's very important information being thrown at you, but you can do that at your own pace. Someone asked, how much is it again? And it's going to be $260 every 4 weeks or every month. But comparing that to live therapy sessions where you're not even guaranteed to find a therapist who knows anything about trichotillomania, 2 of those sessions can average out to be $600. So we do have a promo code here for a $100 discount, but we also have many free resources as well. Are there any more questions? Thank y'all so much for joining our webinar today. I am very happy to tell y'all about our program, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. And I hope the best for you. If you don't join our program, I hope that there will be some peace in learning about trichotillomania. I hope you use our free resources because they are very, very helpful. But I hope you have a good rest of your day. All right, bye-bye.